freelancing in general. I think kay Ma'am Shari din sa Bookkeeper Secret Academy din niya, 'di ba? May mga introvert din dun. Tapos hindi nila kailangang kasi magsalita kasi, they're
Okay.
just gonna organize.
Kasi,
They're just going to organize accounts. So,
kasi very introverted skill din yun eh.
yeah.
Parang yung copywriting. Ayan.
Yeah. Wala, may mga nag-chat sa akin, join daw sila. Sabi ko manood sila na lang ng FB Live if hindi makapasok na sa Zoom. Kasi, ano po yung capacity nito?
Well, kasya naman madami. I think up to 500 na. So, kaya naman.
Okay, yay.
Ayun.
So, pasok lang, I guess.
Live na ba tayo sa Facebook? Wait lang guys, check ko ah. Wala baka sumali pala ako nag-live.
Nakalagay po Facebook. Kaya lang, wait lang, hindi ko pa nakikita. Wala pang notif sa akin, ma'am.
Piling ko mali ako sa, sa first profile ko. Wait lang. Mali pala.
Sige po, sige po.
Wait lang, i-ano natin.
Hmm. Okay lang po.
Yung dojo. Wait lang guys ah. Taray na ng mga ng mga sumasali ng mga Zoom. May mga AI assistant na sila. na,
Taray!
for yung transcript. Hindi ko pa nga ginagamit yun eh.
Ay, may nagta-transcript na AI?
Yeah, oo. Kaya mo sa chat. Yan. Hindi yan first time na nakita ko eh. I think, may,
Okay.
may gano'n din.
Grabe. Ah,
Kamusta naman kayo guys so far? Good evening. Sino dito nag-work today? Kami nag-work.
okay,
Or
nagpupuno pa
nag-holiday
naman
ba
po,
kayo?
no? Kuha lang ako ng tubig, guys. Excuse me po.
No lang. Ayan, live na tayo sa Facebook. Kamali kasi ako kanina. So hi din sa mga nasa Facebook. Can you comment hashtag live on Facebook so that more people can join us and makastart na tayo agad. So again, hashtag live on Facebook. Kumuha lang ng ng tubig sa Jen. Okay. Yan. Good evening. So, while we're waiting for Gentle, tanong ko lang, sino dito yung sumali kasi introvert sila? Can you type 1? Para lang makita natin. Feeling ko marami naka-resonate din kay Gentle. Okay naman yung audio ko, no, guys? 1, 1. Yan. Madami. So yun, like I said nga naman, parang very introvert friendly yung copywriting. I think majority rin naman talaga na nagko-copywriting are introverts. For some reason And yun nga, parang even though you're introvert, syempre hindi mo, like, kaya mo pa rin siya gawin, di ba? Diba? Parang yun din. Si Janto din, when she first started, like, she was struggling kasi feeling niya unhireable siya, ganon. Tapos, sunod-sunod na kunyari, top candidate. So parang, you can also do well in interviews kahit introverted ka. Ako din naman introvert eh. Di ba? Parang, just so happens na nasanay lang ako sa live. Gusto ko manggulo ng copywriter. Sabi ni Joshua. Ayan. So yung Zoom, kung hindi pa kayo kung gusto niyo sumama sa Zoom, ayan, yung mga nasa Facebook, Yan, kinoment ko yung yung Zoom link sa Facebook. Okay. So, hi Gentle, kamusta? Nakakuha ka na ng
Hello po.
link.
Free na po ako. Yes po. Hydrate po, mainit.
Yeah, ako sobrang init lately, no? Sin OA. Nakasira ng ng momentum ng
Oo nga
focus
po.
minsan.
Lalo na pag umaga, parang pagkagising mo, nakakahilo. Kahit ka number 3 na sa electric fan,
True.
parang walang effect.
Kaya nga, ang sarap nung nasa Baguio kami eh. Kasi nung nag-Baguio kami, like well, last month. Ang lamig. Lamig. Ewan ko ngayon kung malamig pa din. Pero sobrang lamig. Nakakamiss. Grabe, init talaga. Pero in summer na actually.
Officially.
Oo. So, ayan. I think, we're ready to get started. Can you guys comment, ready, if you're ready to start yung session natin? Ayan. Comment you're ready. So, sa mga Facebook, mga nasa Facebook, dito sa Zoom. Ready if you're ready to start. Ready. Ayan, medyo dumadami tayo. Oops. Mainit din dito sa Baguio, sabi. Ay, uminit na pala sa Baguio. Sayang naman. Ayun. So, good evening guys. Welcome to Kaizen episode number 30. So, our special guest for tonight is Gentel Mapago. Ayan, she was my apprentice copywriter. Kinuha ko siya, I trained her personally for 6 months. 6 months na mag-apprenticeship natin. No? Ayun, 'di ba? Tapos I think nung una ko siya nakuha, like wala siya masyadong experience sa copywriting, like like from the ground up. Pero nag-write siya, nagsusulat siya. 'Yun. Kasi syempre well, yung maganda naman sa copywriting, yun nga, it's a very newbie friendly skill to get into. Pero syempre, pag nandun ka na, mastery is a different topic. Like even hanggang ngayon, hindi ko masasabi na na-master ko na siya eh. Diba? Parang it might even take a lifetime to master. So, hi Gentle, can you say hi to our audience tonight?
Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you po sa pagdalo. Podcast. Yan.
So, si Gentle, she's currently an agency copywriter. Ayan. So, I think curious din yung yung mga copy ninjas natin about your backstory. Pwede mo ba kami kwentuhan a bit about your backstory, Jen?
So, ayun nga po. Theater practitioner ako. I still am now. Tapos, I graduated theater arts noong 2020. So, in the middle of the pandemic, doon ako graduate. Tapos, nung kagagraduate ko lang, parang nasa existential crisis ako nung theater career ko. Kasi nga, we're in theater. So, nabubuhay talaga kaming mga theater practitioners, nabubuhay kami sa live events. Plays or my production, musicals, and anything. Yun. So, pandemic, everyone was, I think lahat naman po tayo, no? We're in a shock na naka-lockdown tayo, tapos naka-lockdown tayo, tapos parang even though we have to stay in one place, we don't know where to go in terms of our life. Kasi, lalo na, especially kaming mga theater artists, kung nabubuhay kami sa live events, paano na yung kabuhayan namin, So, well, the artists in us, hindi naman papapigil. So, we actually tried online theater. It's a different animal. Parang, naalala ko noon, isingit ko lang kung paano simula yung writing journey ko na. Medyo dito na yon. I was accepted as a playwriting fellowship in one of the theater festivals, which called Virgin Love Fest. So, dun actually officially nag-start yung writing journey ko bilang playwright. Tapos,
Para
trinay
siguro sa
namin,
audiences na ano, hindi mo siya
mm,
familiar, what exactly is a playwright? What do they do?
ah, um, a playwright is someone who writes plays, a script. Ayun, sorry. Pero yeah, dun nagsimula talaga yung writing journey ko. So, fast forward, we tried online theater and well, although it's a different animal, nakakapagod siya. Kasi ano, parang aarte ka in front of a screen. Tapos ikausap mo nasa screen. So, parang, so ganun. Oo.
Parang medyo awkward, no? Parang Zoom na,
Oo.
na
Oo. Yeah, exactly po.
exactly.
Exactly po. Ano, we're doing theater.
Parang
Tapos
hirap
ikausap
na, no?
mo,
Like, how can you get
Zoom
into the
laptop.
emotion ng, ano siya, screen?
Ayun, pinag-experimentan lang para lang mabuhay and mag-thrive yung theater in the middle of a pandemic. We dared do that. So after that, everyone followed through. But then kasi after a while kasi nakaka-exhaust umarte sa screen. So it's syempre para everyone's craving to just do it live. So ang daming tumigil. And one of them was actually me. So kasi ako rin parang napagod, pagod ako kumausap sa screen. Gano'n napagod ako kumausap sa um, screen. So, syempre what I did was, naghanap ako ng isa pang transferable skill. So, para okay, useless yung pagiging playwright ko na kasi nasa pandemic tayo. Sino mag-stage ng play ko? Anyway, so, with that, uh, buti na lang, meron akong na-discover na skill ko pala, nag, na proofreading and editing. So, one time, I have a classmate na, may batchmate ako, in-approach ako na, uy, ano, hindi ako confident sa sinulat ko na thesis in English. Kaya kasi English yung thesis ko. So, can you please edit and proofread my thesis? So, okay, so tinulungan ko siyang ayusin yung um, tinulungan kong linisin yung thesis niya to make it na papasa na, yun. And dun ko na-discover na, money generating to, pwede ko tong gawin right now, habang hindi tayo nagla-live events sa theater. So, dun nagsimula actually, from playwriting, dun nagsimula yung other side of online freelancing ko. So, from playwright, I started as a proofreader and editor. So, financially, sa pandemic, nag-thrive ako doing that. Parang, word got around na, uy, si Jen talaga edit ng mga thesis ng mga kaibigan niya. Tapos parang, so I offered their services to them at an affordable price. Kasi syempre ilang pages din yun, but at the same time, syempre parang gusto nila lang matapos yung thesis nila ng malinis na wala nang edit-edit pa. So parang they go to me so that when they pass it, pasado na. So,
Sila yung naging ano, first clients mo.
sila, oo. Actually, yes, tama po. Sila po yung naging first, yung mga ka-college ko na yun sila po yung mga first clients ko nung tinulungan ko silang linisin yung thesis nila. And after a while, I did that from 2020 to 2021. I guess in the middle of 2021, slowly kasi bumabalik-balik na sa live theater, but not exactly with an audience. So, pero parang it's hard for me to get back out there for some reason, kahit na slowly bumabalik na sila. So, ayun, I continued yung hustle ko na yon na mag-proofread and edit. Tapos eventually kasi parang even though I'm having fun doing that and it's been supporting me financially, nandun yung itch ko to write, nandun yung itch ko to write. So, naghahanap ako and even though nandun yung itch ko to write, ayoko nang bumalik sa playwriting kasi parang, ano siya um, reality is hindi siya ganun ka-income generating unless yung place mo nasa stage na left and right, as in talagang you're in that level of Ricky Lee na. If you're familiar with Ricky Lee, national artist for film, yun. Kung ganung level ka na yun, income generating ka na. But ako hindi pa ganun. Hindi pa ako ganung level. So, naghanap ako from 2021 up to 2022, naghanap ako ng transferable skill pa na aside from proofread and editing. Okay, what else can I do? So, after a long time na paghahanap, sa September or mga August 2022, kahit na nagbabalikan na yung mga tao sa live theater, parang there's that hesitation in me to go back to yung full-on theater career. Kasi parang everyone is recovering and syempre kahit theater pa, it's a numbers game. Numbers game siya, but syempre yung mga babayarin, numbers game din, hindi ka makakita. Diba? Kailangan naghahabol ka. So, okay. Kailangan ko ng skill na mababayaran yung bills ko, pero nakakapag-arts pa rin ako kahit papaano, even though it's not my top priority. So, mga August, September 2022, doon ko na-discover yung copywriting. As in, casually lang nagsascroll ako ng writing skill and then parang interesting sa akin nakalagay copywriting. Tapos copywriting is a skill of persuasion. Pero creative pa rin. So parang, okay. So ni-research ko yung qualities of a copywriter. And similar siya sa kaya kong gawin as a theater artist. And by the way, explain ko lang po konti na aside from playwriting, script consultant din kasi ako. So nag-research ako about the scripts, kung paano mag-improve ng script. So yung research aspect ng copywriter, doon ko na-discover na, okay, this is where I can do both research and writing. Kailangan ko lang mas umayos yung persuasion skills ko. Because I have none of that. I don't know what that is. I don't have that. During that time, yun yung feeling ko na wala ako. So, okay, so nag-YouTube ako about copywriting, which if you're a newbie copy, as in kung kakasimula mo pa lang as a copywriter, wag niyo akong tularan na nag-DIY learning ako. Don't do that.
Hindi ko nga alam
Kasi
to eh. Na
oo.
dumaan ka pala dyan na nag-YouTube.
Oo,
Sino mga
nag-YouTube.
pinanood mo sa YouTube?
Hindi ko sila kilala nun eh. Basta
Sa
parang,
YouTube.
nakalimutan ko na yung mga pangalan. Basta parang, copywriting is a high income skill. Ganyan.
Si
Parang
Danlock, hindi mo
paulit-ulit.
nadaanan. Kasi usually si Danlock sinasabi
Si
nila eh.
Danlock, yes. Dadaan ko si Danlock. Oo. Pero it's kind of just, hindi kasi nagturo na like ng copywriting si Danlock. Kasi
Hindi
mas
nga.
si Danlock
Sinabi
is
niya
like
lang, Danlock,
businessman.
copywriting sa
Oo.
high income skill.
Oo. More on the businessman. So parang Danlock's just explain now, one of the high income skills to get you started is copywriting. So, okay, pero hindi siya nagturo what it really is. So, pero okay, search lang ako sa YouTube. Tapos, okay, don't make this mistake. I heard that some of my peers, nagka-copywriting job din sila sa ahensya without the prior experience of being a copywriter. Parang, ka-theater ko sila, tapos they got a job as agency copywriter. Yung ahensya na big media, yung mga pang-ads, mga
Mga pang commercial,
gigil,
TVC.
pang-commercial, yan. So I guess, because of their theater background, they thrive being a copywriter to that. And feeling ko ako din, kaya ko din. Feeling ko lang. So, feeling ko, alam ko na gagawin ko. So, I jumped right in doing interviews to agencies. Kasi parang, nagtanong-tanong ako sa kanila and in-encourage din nila ako, yeah, go, masaya ahensya work, ganyan. So,
Masaya yan, hensya work.
according to them. According to them. So, ayun. Well, I guess they are thriving. During that time, they are thriving with their job. I mean, kasi syempre, wala nga naman parang kakabalik lang sa live theater. And syempre, kailangan din nila ng full-time job. But anyway, maybe that's why it's fun. It's okay for them. It's income generating and sustaining, stuff like that. So I jumped right in, inayos ko yung theater background portfolio ko and all that. And then I applied to these agencies. So, syempre ako bilang introvert, talagang namamawis namamawis yung kilikili ko. Oh my God, I'm gonna talk to them.
Mga Zoom interview,
Zoom
umabot ka sa
interview
interview,
siya.
Zoom interviews. Okay.
Oo, So, ayun, parang,
Hindi ko nga rin alam to
oh,
guys eh. Hindi ko alam na nag-apply siya sa mga agency na malalaki dito.
oh, yeah. And then now you're finding it, I guess Sensei is also finding it, finding it out right now. But yeah, prior to ito yung long version kasi ng hero's journey ko. Well, hero's journey. So, so, okay, bibilis ako na konting-konti. Okay po ba kayo? Dami ko na ata masyadong kwento. But anyway, so ayun, nag-DIY learning ako and nag-apply without prior experience, which please don't do that. Please don't do that. Huwag niyo akong tularan. So I've learned from that mistake.
Bakit?
And
Parang, why would you advise them against that? Like, ano ba yung na-experience mo doon? Personally.
personally kasi, dapat sa dulo pa to eh. Pero sige, sasagutin ko na sensei.
Sorry.
I realized kasi na in copywriting, it's not enough that you're a talented writer. As a copywriter, you have to solve problems. And yun yung biggest thing na na-realize ko sa journey ko and sa training ko with Sensei. Na, hey, parang it doesn't matter how witty you are with words. It doesn't, kasi yun eh, parang din ako, sakit yun ng isang creative din, na parang, as a playwright, you have to kailangan magaling ka sa words so that, actors would like to be in your play and it's interesting to read. Pero dito, sa copywriting, ang super in-adjust ko is that it doesn't matter how witty you are and creative you are with the word, with how you use your words and what to write. Parang, even though you're a witty writer and stuff like that, but can you solve your client's problem? Yun yung biggest boost sa akin nung nag-train ako. Kaya, ina-advise kong wag mag-DIY learning kasi ang hinahanap nila, it's not about how witty you are, it's about how witty you are. Witty ka nga, kaya mo rin ba i-solve yung problem namin? So, ayun. I hope I made sense to that.
That's a good way of explaining it, I guess.
So, ayun po. Then, fast forward, nung 2022, nung parang, syempre nag-practice ako sa mga interviews ko. I asked my friends na, what are the proper ways to answer these questions in an interview? Ganun. So, actually, nung prior to the dojo, even though without my copywriting background, nakaka-land ako ng interviews. Parang my portfolio got me enough to land interviews, but I was never like the top can. I was never the last. I was never the choice. So no matter how much I did well in the interviews, how positive they answered to me, somehow I'm not the chosen candidate. So parang syempre masakit sa confidence yun eh, di ba? Na parang na-hype up ka na wow, galing mo sumagot sa interviews. Pero hindi ka yung top candidate. So parang doon ako parang nag-low moral. Parang, ayoko na. So dito na nag-start yung dito na officially di ba, ang sakit no, Ate Jess? I was never yun.
I feel like a lot of people here can relate
Oh.
kasi it's something na naririnig ko madalas ng mga coaching call na parang nakakapasok naman ako sa interviews pero for some reason di ako napipili.
Yun yung masakit. So parang, alam mo yan, at saka lalo na sa mga introverts like me na ilang oras, if you're not like your extrovert counterpart, for example, may batchmate kang extrovert, or you have the same skill pero mas extrovert siya. So, parang kahit hindi ka masyadong, ay may background noise. Wait lang po ha. Yung rinig nyo, electric fan po ba yung rinig nyo? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman.
Okay.
Yeah, okay lang naman yun. Kasi parang you're giving your best naman, tapos confident ka pa. Pero there's always a reason naman. Oo, yun. May pipili at may pipili lang talaga sa atin. So yun nga guys, kahit hindi kayo makuha sa interview, parang ano, minsan kahit ano, mag-react sila na parang we like you, ganun. Or parang you look like a good fit. Siyempre, that's not assurance pa rin.
Yeah, oo. Yun rin yung na-realize. So parang, even though I am landing interviews, and again, yung sinabi ko nga yung extrovert counterpart mo, kahit 30 minutes lang siya mag-rehearse, kaya na niyan. Pero ako, as an
Yun yung
introvert,
weakness natin no?
two, 2 hours ka, mga 2 to 3 hours ka magpa-practice just to not, yun.
Nagpa-practice ka talaga
Oo, kasi
before
po,
interviews.
kasi I know myself, if nandiyan na yung kami, mag-choke talaga ako. Parang ironic nga kasi parang ang
Oh, ironic
stereotype
kasi
din.
theater artist ka Di ba? Parang...
Yun nga, exactly. I was gonna get I was gonna get to that. I was gonna get to that. Kasi ang stereotype na pag theater artist ka, yung, outgoing, yun na. Ganun. Pero guys, if you'd be surprised, you can all, if you have if you happen to have a friend who is also a theater artist. Tapos magugulat ka, introvert sila. Like after nilang ang ganda ng performance nila, majority after the show, hindi sila mag-show up sa mga audience. Or like, oo, hindi nila, it's either di nila i-greet yung audience or after nilang i-greet yung audience, uuwi na sila agad. Di na sila makikipag-inuman sa mga friends nila kasi ganun na sa kalapagod. And I was one of those people na, after ayoko na. Tulog na ako. Ganun. Oo,
Kasi iba
ayun.
yung iba yung performance mode ka Nandun yung
Opo,
adrenaline.
tama.
Pero kung
Mm-mm.
simple conversations, like, wala yung
Oo,
hook.
talagang, yeah. This is why introverts we thrive in scripts. I guess that's why. Kasi may script, so alam mo lang, okay,
Actually.
oo. Kapag walang script, parang, wala na. Goodbye. So yun actually, na-reveal na agad yung secret ko is, for, as introverts, you have to double the effort na may script ka sa tabi, tapos i-rehearse mo siya. As if talagang mag-perform. Kahit hindi ka artista or whatever, parang it's really a perform. Parang may alter ego kang kasabihan na, may mas confident na
Ay, maganda
sasagot sa
yun.
interview.
Maganda yun
Ganon.
actually. Parang hindi ko nga tinuturo yun Parang imagine mo na parang ano siya, artista ka, Tapos
Oo. Yeah, oo. Parang feeling mo ikaw si Andrea Brillantes, tapos sasagot ka kay Tito Boy. Ganon. Ayun. Feeling mo, ganon ka. Opo. So, ayun, and then parang nagulat ako na ito na yung start ng uh, dojo journey ko. Kasi si Sir Raf, yung
Oh,
apprentice
Sir Rob.
application niya, Sensei Raf, okay, si Sensei Raf, yung application niya kasi you have to answer, parang, syempre, it's like your first copywriting pitch ever. So, you have to answer a Google Doc. Then, paano mo mapapersuade si Sensei na piliin ka. So, naalala ko, nung nag-a-apply ako kay Sensei, parang nagde-dread na ako na, magatanggap ba ako ulit ulit. It's probably another heartbreak, but okay. In-applyan ko pa rin yung apprenticeship ni Sensei Raf. So, okay, sige, I'll give you I'll give all I can with this answer. So, I guess I'm not sure, I don't wanna speak for Sensei Rafa, pero ang naalala ko talaga na sinagot ko is, so why are you applying for this apprenticeship? Nilagay ko kung ano yung tagline ko kung ano yung tagline sa episode ko ngayon. Sinabi ko talaga, I am unhireable. Kasi, I am unhireable and it has been disrupting my confidence. I really wanna learn copywriting. And gusto ko talaga, parang, um, I feel na I cannot do it alone anymore. Yun, sabi ko, I cannot do it alone anymore and I need a mentor to guide me on how to do this, how to navigate my copywriting journey. And days later, dun na-shock talaga ako na parang nakatanggap ako ng text from him na, oh, napili ako. Okay, wala akong experience. Okay, napili niya ako. So parang for the first time, dun ko na naramdaman na, okay, after months of looking for like after months of navigating my copywriting journey na, which by the way, almost give up na ako. Kung kailan ako give up na saka ako na parang, oh, napili ako. Okay. Doon na nag-start na may pumili sa akin. Talaga ba? So parang, and yun, kasi diba, in interviews, gusto mo parang i-best foot forward ka palagi na parang I can do this, I have this kind of talent, I'm detail-oriented, ganun, ganun, ganun. Pero yung application ko kay Sensei Rap, excuse my language, no bullshit talaga. Parang naglabas ako ng, I'm not sure if it works for other things, pero sinabi ko talaga, I am unhireable and I want to be hired. So, parang lagi sinasabi ng friends ko, huwag ka magpakita ng vulnerability. Pero during that time, kasi, nung apprenticeship ko, inamin ko talaga na ito yung main problem ko. Bakit gusto ko mag-apply as your apprentice? Because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I really wanna be here. So, ayun, doon na nagsimula yung
In
copywriting
some way
journey
nga,
ko.
nag-stand out ka dun eh. Kasi yun nga, I
Oh.
appreciated the humility. Di ba? Kasi, I don't know if other people here know this, pero a lot of times, employers, they're not actually looking for, the skilled candidates, ganyan. Like, they're looking for, ano, candidates na yung tipong, parang, yun nga, very honest, humble, tas yung maganda yung character. Kasi madali matutunan, madali ituro yung yung skill eh. 'Di ba? So, yun din tandaan nyo guys, na parang kung lahat ng tao nagyayabang, tas ikaw lang yung medyo humble. So, sometimes it's also strategy to stand out. 'Di ba? Parang, I think hindi naman lahat magiging vulnerable eh. Though hindi ko sinasabi
Yeah.
yun gawin nyo palagi, 'di ba? Parang, ano lang,
Yeah.
for this scenario lang, 'di ba?
Ayun. So, that was the start of my dojo journey. And for 6 months, nag-train ako kay, sensei. Tapos, yung yung pinaka nagustuhan ko talaga sa lahat ng training ko for 6 months is emails. Kasi, I guess as an introvert, parang, uh, kasi when people trust you to be, if they want to join, this is what I learned, if they want to join your email list and want to be updated sa mga ganap mo, if you want to be updated sa ganap mo, ibig sabihin, natutunan ko rin to kay Sensei, na warm lead na sila. Ibig sabihin, they want to see your names in their emails. Na pag they check their emails, may bagong update kay whoever you are. Kung ano man yung business mo. And I feel na, I guess na-attract ako sa intimacy ng emails kasi para ka talagang nagsisend ng letter to a friend. And yun di ba, in a traditional sense, nung wala pang emails, di ba parang I'm not sure if naranasan nyo na yung parang, or kahit yung mga high school friends yun nung wala, okay, konting throwback lang, nung wala pang internet naman, nung kaka-graduate ko lang ng elementary. So, di ba pag graduate ka ngayon ng it's funny now, pero pag graduate kayo ng elementary, mahilig yung mag-exchange letters sa mga classmates mo. Magiging high school na tayo, ganun. So parang emails have that kind of, even though it's electronic na, yung emails, may ganung kind of intimacy na napadalahan ako ng something sa inbox ko. So sa copywriting journey ko, nag-concentrate talaga ako sa email copywriting. And right now, I'm on a journey to learning more about email marketing. So, and ngayon, sa agency where I'm working out now, even though meron akong ibang tasks na hindi email related, mas babad talaga ako sa emails. Sa launch emails and newsletters. So, mas yun talaga yung scope ng ginagawa ko. So, ayun, yun yung journey ko. Yun po.
Bro, masaya naman talaga yung emails eh. Diba? Tsaka siya, less pressuring siguro compared sa iba.
Opo.
Ganda yun na ko eh. Na-realize na yun. Tapos, so, siguro one question na inisip din ng iba, like, ano yung ginawa mo? Paano ka naging hireable? Like, was there something that changed or something that you did?
I guess I wanna go back to the answer I said before. That really changed how I deal with interviews now. Again, it's not hindi naman still not how do I say this na mukhang hindi unfriendly yung tunog. So, okay, I realized that they got you an interview because they know you already have a talent. So, they will i-interviewin ka nila to know if can you solve their problems. So, again, na-answer ko na agad yun. And naalala ko when I was applying for the role I have now sa agency namin, mas on the solution-oriented questions yung tinatanong niya. So, pag ganun, pag binigyan ka ng mga ganung questions sa Google form pa lang and before ka mag-interview, kailangan na sa copywriter, it's not that, I'm detailed, I can reach deadlines. They already know that, but kunwari, tinanong ka ng something na, what is the problem that you have faced and how did you solve it? May mga ganun. So, parang, pinitch ko doon is, iyayabang ko. Oh my God, ito pala yung feeling na iyayabang ko sarili mo. Okay. So, ang niyabang ko sa Google form na yun is that, after my graduation kasi, I wrote launch emails for Miss Shari Pineda, bookkeeper coach siya. So yung launch emails na yun, 5 million yung na-earn niya. 5 million pesos yung na-earn niya. Sir Raf can attest. Sensei Raf can attest to this. So, it's not enough that, for example, ito yun, it's not enough that parang, I can write email copy. So, you have to put in, what made me got hired is that, my launch email generated 5 million. Parang, ang target lang ay X number of students, pero nag-exceed kami sa X number of students. And that's why it generated 5 million. So, tapos ilalagay mo kung ano yung problem. So, ito yung naging problem. Like, for example, sorry, sensei, ito pala yung feeling na yayabang mo sarili mo.
Hindi mo
Hindi ako sanay. Guys, hindi ako sanay. So, nag-jumpy ako.
Yeah, actually, don't think of it as magyayabang ka. Kasi parang, it's an achievement, basically.
Oo. So, with this naman, okay, na-share ko na yung kay bookkeeping coach. May friend ako dito, we both work together, si Bea. Nandito pa siya. So, we were part of, noong 2023, we were hired to launch film workshop. Dedicated for women filmmakers. So, yun, yung solution na kailangan namin i-fix was that, okay, nasa pioneer launching siya. So, paano siya magigain ng traction? So, ang naging solution namin doon was, aside from social media copy, Facebook ads. So, hindi na to email, more on social media na siya. So, the way that we solve that problem is Facebook ads and, syempre, copy. And with that, kahit sa pioneering batch pa lang siya, naka 100 plus applications kami. Doon namin na-discover na ang daming aspiring women filmmakers from around the Philippines na naghahanap sila ng safe space ng film workshops, kahit beginner film workshop, beginning filmmakers pa rin sila. So, yung mga ganun, so, not only are you gonna, it's easy to say, na-realize ko sa journey ko it's easy to say na I can write. They already know that. But what is the solution that you did to solve a client's problem? Kasi naghahanap sila, the reason why such a position is open, social media manager or copywriter man ganyan, is that more than your talent, you're there to solve a problem. So, talagang kailangan solution-oriented ka. It's not just, yun yung yun yung kailangan ko rin iwagwag sa habits ko of being a theater practitioner. Kasi syempre, as an artist, talent, hone your talent to inspire people. But I realized that this is a different landscape. You're in a landscape of generating income. You're in a landscape of generating business. That sometimes talent will not get you the result you want. Unless it's just for you na iyayabang, anuin mo lang yung, talent mo lang talaga yung malaman mo. Pero, when you're a copywriter kasi with a client that you're trying to solve a problem, it's in your hands na, nakasalalay, hindi lahat sa'yo, pero nakasalalay sa'yo kung paano mo ipapackage yung business nila. So, okay, what is ano ba yung tono ni client na gusto niya i-see, parang mas corpo ba siya? Ano ba yung offer niya? So, ito, okay, so, paano mo isa-solve yun? Ulit-ulit na ako, pero ayun, that's how I got hired in the agency I'm in now, because I guess my boss saw that I can solve her problem, and I can help solve her problems in her offers. And right now, I'm proud to say, nag-pioneer batch siya ng, by the way, yung boss ko pala, funnel design coach siya. And nag-launch niya, for the first time, nag-launch siya ng funnel design course niya. And for her first launch, ang target lang niya was 15 students. Tapos naging 23 students. Naging
So another
23.
another win.
Yeah, naging 23 students siya, and she was able to generate 300,000. So parang nagulat ako kasi parang ito yung launch na parang, okay, ginaguide ako ng boss ko, pero wala akong sensei rough na magsasabi ng strategies sa akin. So parang kinailangan kung ako yung maghanap ng strategies for her. Natulungan siya na, ano ba yung ginawa namin ni sensei noon? So parang, so yun, paulit-ulit, I guess I'm repeating myself na. So it's not just your talent, it's also about how you can solve a client's problem.
Yeah, I really like that. Kasi yun nga naman talaga, parang basically in the freelancing world, hindi lang nga sa copywriting, like any skill, di ba? All these businesses, they have problems.
Yes.
So once you pick your skill, for example, once you become a copywriter, you have to communicate sa interview or sa pitch mo, like, how can you help solve their problems? Di ba? So it might sound simple, pero maraming nahihirapan dyan. Totoo lang.
Guys, kahit na parang may nag-share ako ng wins, nahihirapan pa rin ako sometimes. Because sometimes, di naman tayo perfect, nagkakamali pa rin. So, ayun.
True. So,
Mm-mm.
yun, medyo wide range ng problems kasi talaga yun sa businesses. Pero, madalas, lalo na sa interview, makakuha ka ng mga, doon, ng mga signs kung ano yung problems. Madalas sinasabi nila directly eh. Sometimes, pag malaki na, let's say, successful naman yung business, malaki na siya, sometimes kailangan lang nila ng tulong sa copy. Someone to help write copy na okay, na okay. So, parang hindi naman talaga sales, di ba? Like a helping hand. Sometimes yun yung pinaka-problem nila. Sometimes sales na parang
Yeah.
mahina ganyan, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
So ayun, parang pag na-communicate mo siguro sa interview na like you can help them solve this problem, ganyan. Na parang for example, na-encounter mo na siya before or parang um gagawin mo lahat to help them. Pero syempre hindi naman siya guarantee, 'di ba? Doon nagiging interesting yung interested
Yeah.
sa iyo kasi you start talking about them, not you.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Kasi I think yung most mistakes ng most let's say people sa interviews is making the interview all about them. So syempre mag-intro ka pa rin about me,
Yes.
ganyan, ito ako, ganyan, ganyan. Pero you have to communicate as well. Like, what, lahat ng background ko, ako personally, like, how do I fit in your company? Like, how can I help you? Ganun. Yun yung nakakalimutan ng mga tao eh, na parang, I can help you with your agency, ganyan sa clients, ganyan kasi sanay ako sa fast-paced work environment, something like that, di ba? Yung mga sinasabi ni Gentle. So very, very good insights din, on how we can do better sa interviews. And yun, gumagana nga kay Gentle eh, gumagana ng sobra sa kanya, di ba? So maganda, maganda actually. Kasi yun, actually living proof siya na kahit introvert ka, you can still win interviews, ganyan. Kasi baka iniisip din ng iba na parang yun iba magagaling sa interviews or natural sila na extrovert, ganyan. 'Di ba? Maganda rin yung strategy ni Gentle na gumagawa ng script, 'di ba? Kahit nga outline lang, okay lang din yung outline eh. Tapos kahit nga nandito siya kahit papel siya, tapos nandito siya sa screen mo, hindi siya kita sa Zoom. Or kung note siya sa screen mo, you can leave it open.
Yeah.
Para kang may kodigo, yun yung maganda. Pwede ka
Oo, actually. Mm-mm. Parang swerte nga tayo ngayon eh. Kasi imagine mo na lang nung wala yung internet, you have to go to the place and actually face the HR or your future employer ng harapan talaga. Tapos, syempre, hindi ko makakapag-script nun.
Siyempre
So,
walang kodigo yun na
oh, syempre, so fortunate tayo na may choices of Zoom interviews na so pwede ka or may coding sa gilid. So, ayun.
yeah, oo, agree. If agency yung client, ano yung common problems nila that you can help with? Ano sa tingin mo, Gentle, yung common problems ng agencies?
Yung sa experience ko with my current agency right now is lead generation. Kasi we're a small team. So uh, we're a small team. So kailangan and syempre maraming nag-o-offer ng funnel building. Maraming nag-o-offer ng services ng funnel building na lalo na done for you, done with you. Yung sa amin done for you funnel systems. So ang naitutulong ko um yung yung boss ko right now. By the way, yung boss ko yung freelancing babe ng Pilipinas. So, syempre nakakakaba yun, di ba? If you've heard of Darla Hasan, freelancing babe, nasa TikTok siya. So, parang, syempre, di ba? So, oh my God, the freelancing babe is asking to solve her problem. So, um, si Darla kasi, small team kami. So, nung she was opening the position of a copywriter, she wants someone to help write her copy. Kasi syempre, nagsiscale up, syempre si Miss Darla, nagsiscale up na siya. Pag agency owner ka, syempre, you have enough funds to hire talent, to hire people. So, syempre, bilang kung magiging agency ka na, tapos ang dami ng clients na pumupunta sa'yo, you'll want to have help with the team. Kasi parang, syempre, hindi mo na ma-handle lahat yan. Six-figure earner ka na, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. So, ang kinailangan na help ni Miss Darla sa akin is to write copy for yung mga to write copy sa mga funnels ng clients na nag-reach out sa kanya. Oh, I need a funnel for my offer. Parang can you I need to funnel for this offer, maglo-launch na kami, pwedeng patulong. So, syempre napakaraming clients yun. So, syempre si Miss Darla, kailangan niya ng helping hand na may alam sa alam kung paano magsulat ng copy na may funnel strategy. So, copy ng funnel, and then rekta na doon yung lead nurture sequence. Lead nurture sequence ng offer nila, kung kunwari, may free offer lang sila. Kunwari, free offer lang ang kailangan nila, so may lead funnel. Tapos, funnel strategy, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later, oh my God. So, kailangan may magsulat ng copy for, kunwari, sales page, ganyan, 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 and landing page. So, ang kaakibat doon, may lead nurture emails na sila na parang, welcome sa community namin, thank you for signing up. Tapos may sunod-sunod na newsletters na ganun. So, syempre na-imagine ko si Miss Darla, mababaliw na siya sa sobrang dami niya kailangan isulat, di ba? So, doon ako nag-step in na parang, kaya mo bang gawin to? Kaya mo bang magsulat ng funnel? Alam mo ba ang strategy kung paano magsulat ng sales page? Yun, ganyan. Which, because of Sensei Raf's training, yes, I was equipped to do that. So, even though na actually kailangan ni Miss Daria na magsusulat ng copy, kailangan alam mo din kung alam mo ba mag-solve ng problem ng kliyente kasi marami kami kliyente. So, yes, buti na lang. So, yung sa mga ang agencies, based on the experience now, ang problem nila is sometimes lead generation para makakuha ng clients. But with Miss Darla kasi, marami na siyang clients. So actually, yung mga clients niya, returning clients. Kasi ang ganda ng satisfaction rate sa kanya. So, syempre, pag kunwari, uy, Darla, pagawa naman ng ganito, nandito kami with her. We're with her to solve her problem na, shucks, napakaraming bumabalik. So, I got you. Patulungan namin kayo. So, yung mga problems ng agency owners are good problems. They just need you to be there.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi they can't do it
Oo.
on their own. Yun.
Yeah.
Or if
Meron
they did it on their own, parang wala silang time sa family, di ba? Parang with some...
di ba? Meron din naman lumalapit sa agency namin ni Miss Darla nung may nagtanong na how do you solve clients' problems. Kami yung taga-solve na, for example, hindi nagko-convert yung funnel namin. So pagagandahan namin yung funnel niya para para gumana, para mas mapansin siya ng mga tao sa internet. Kasi ang internet competitive, competitive landscape yan. Maraming pwedeng mag-offer ng offer mo. So, how do you stand out? So, yung sinusolve ng agency namin is, nagsasolve din kami ng problema ng iba. So, ayun. Yun yung mga common problems na kailangan isolve. So, parang remarketing yung yes. Oo. Remarketing, regeneration, get new client. Yan, tama po. Sometimes na,
Parang, ay, sorry, sige.
Sige, okay na po. Ang
Okay.
dami ko na pong na-nerd out.
So yun, parang technically, you don't even have to promise sales or results. Parang they need a helping hand. Usually, pag agency, gano'n. So,
Yeah.
thinking in difference. Yun. So, next naman, Gentle, what were the self-limiting beliefs that were an obstacle sa road mo, sa journey mo?
Sa pakarami. Parang, actually, at some point, yung pagiging introvert kasi ako, being that in itself is a self-limiting belief. But eventually, when you have the support of loved one, even you have the support of friends and yung mentor mo, you will eventually learn to make, how to leverage yung feeling mo and disadvantage mo. So, eventually, natutunan ko, hindi pala, hindi pala sa, limiting ang pagiging introvert. Parang, kasi parang kung, yun nga, as I've said, kung introvert ka, what are the extra steps you have to do to perform at your maximum? So, to solve my problem, I have to rehearse prior to your interview. Right na, ito actually, practice. Pre-practice ko to, guys. Kaya mukha akong confident. Pero actually, pre-practice ko to.
O, di ba? Kung si Gentle nga,
Oo.
sige, artist na yan, di ba? Kayo din,
Oo.
mag-practice kayo. Malay mo,
Oh,
yun pala yung
yeah.
kuse, di
Oo.
ba?
Another self-limiting belief is that, ayan, ito, alam to ni Sensei, nung sinabi niya, confidence in myself, and kahit purihin siya, parang, but I'm not, parang, ganun pa rin sometimes
In denial.
in denial, parang, yeah, yun, another is that, nag-overthink ako talaga, as in, na-witness to ni Sensei na parang, nung apprentice pa niya ako, parang, ang tagal kong mag-turn over ng, mag-turn over ng task kasi ino-overthink ko, ano isusulat ko. And, parang, pag nag-overthink ka lang malala, half of the time, you're not gonna get the thing done. So, parang the way for me to do that is, okay, parang my brain is in a pause, so, it's okay, you can pause with it. Parang, I tried this thing called the Pomodoro technique. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. So, for those who are not familiar, yung Pomodoro technique, pwede siya Google. Yung Pomodoro technique, parang mag-work ka for 25 minutes, tapos 5-minute break, tapos another 25 minutes. So, parang
Paano sa'yo yung Pomodoro?
if you feel that your brain is all over the place. So, mag-pause ka for like 5 or whatever will work for you, 5 to 10 minutes. And then, remind yourself na yung kailangan mong gawin, hindi kailangan obra maestra to, hindi kailangan work of art para, my mastery. Hindi siya ganun. It doesn't have to be perfect. Diba? Si Sensei na mismo nagsasabi na, your copy doesn't have to be great, it just has to be good enough. Kasi, yung bulk ng effectivity ng copy mo is kung maganda yung offer, di ba? So, 40% the offer, and then 20%, oh my God, kailangan mag-review.
Is,
Na-expose ako doon.
copy.
Yun. And then 20% copy. So, parang nire-remind ko lang to sa sarili ko, bakit ako nag-overthink sa 20% lang? So, yun. Parang, just do the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. Kung, okay, do the thing, and then mag-pause ka ulit for 5 minutes, then read the thing. Okay, ito yung makikita mo dun kung ano na yung aayusin mo. So, yun yung, that's how I solve my self-limiting belief. Pero sometimes, guys, parang hindi siya ganun kadali. I feel, ewan ko kung may I
Mahirap
think
talaga.
oo,
Hindi mo yun. Easier said than done, no?
yeah, easier said than done. Sometimes, pag nagsispiral ako na overthink, talagang di ako maka-function na parang, I don't know what to do today. And, isa sa mga self-limiting belief ko rin is, pag ganun yung nangyari sa akin, I'm very hard on myself. I think it's an artist thing na, kasi when, as artists, we're trained to be at this standard of pagiging artist. Na parang,
Actually, makes sense, no? Makes sense pala.
oo,
Ngayon ko lang na-realize yun.
opo.
Ano sa'yo?
Ayun, oo. Na parang, I'm not sure if there are artists also here who are transitioning to copywriting na nanonood sa amin. Pero I feel if you can relate that if you're, I don't know, musician ka ba or a graphic, basta anything to do with
Ako din,
art.
performer before. So,
Yun, seasons, oo. Na parang kailangan, the best, parang, kaya the best dancer, the best writer, the best painter, parang laging, parang, ganun, lalo na kung kunwari parang in a conservatory, institutionalized type of artist ka, where I came from, kailangan, marami sa artist na kilala ko, if you ask an artist, they're very hard on themselves. And yun din yung isa sa self-limiting belief nila. Parang, I'm so hard on myself na even though pinaparealize sa akin ni Sensei na kaya mo yan, oo na, parang ang dami mo ng experience. But, ganun lang. But, ganun pa ako. So, ayun, yun din isa sa mga self-limiting beliefs ko na continuously wina-work on ko na continuously wina-work on ko na parang okay lang yan, you don't have to solve, hindi ikaw yung, it's not up to you. You're not the center of everything, it's not up to you. Ganun. Yun, nire-remind ko sarili ko na everything is not up to me. Yun. Parang it takes the load off my shoulders na, okay, hindi tayo yung main character ng mundo. Ganun.
Pero isipin mo lang, parang actually sa inyo din guys, na technically, if you're feeling that na parang tawag dito, you're too hard on yourself, ganyan, na parang yung confidence, like hindi mo ma-fulfill yung parang confident ka lang palagi. Think
Mm-mm.
of it this way na you don't have to be the opposite of that. You just have to balance it. Kasi, alam mo yun, pag masyado kasing confident, in a way, you will stop learning. So there's that power in that lack of confidence. Actually, gusto niyo ba malaman? One of the least confident nations, countries in the world. Alam niyo ano? Meron ba makakahula dito? What's one of the least confident countries in the world? Kasi magugulat kayo. One of the least confident countries in the world is actually Japan.
Oh my God, boy.
Nakakatawa,
Kahit ako, sorry, kahit ako nagulat, ha?
Japan, it's one of the least confident countries in the world. Pero doon lumalabas lahat ng ginagawa nila sobrang high quality, sobrang taas ng standards. Kaya sobrang taas ng standards ng mga Japanese because yung confidence nga, 'di ba? Kasi doon nga yung mismo na puro sila artisans doon sa Japan, 'di ba? Na tipong gagawa ka lang ng soba or parang yung mga kunyari sushi master ka, like buong buhay mo dedicate mo yung buong buhay mo just to master that art. Be close as much as possible to perfectionism. Yun yung strength actually na hindi siguro nakikita ng ibang tao sa um dun sa let's say yung yung constant feeling ng lack of confidence. Kasi technically it pushes us to do better. So you just have to balance it to enough. Ganun. Hindi mo kailangan kontradiktahin na complete opposite. Pero totoo yun guys. One of the least confident countries in the world, or probably the least confident country in the world, is actually Japan. 'Di ba? And you can see naman sa culture nila, sa quality nila, ganyan, parang sa quality ng products na produce nila, sa economy nila na ang ganda, parang standard talaga, like high standards. 'Di ba? So yun,
Oh my God, now it makes sense. Kasi di ba Japanese people are so polite.
yeah, they're so polite. Yung tipong, 'di ba,
Diba?
malate daw sila ng 1 minute sa train. Yung conductor mismo pupunta doon mag-apologize sa lahat ng pasahero. Alam mo ba 'yun? Mag-apologize sila sa lahat ng
Oh my
pasahero. Tapos
God.
mamimigay silang card doon sa mga pasahero na na late sila sa work because na late yung train.
Oh
So,
my
ganun yung culture
God.
nila. So, ganun talaga sila. So, parang, don't, I don't think of it as a sobrang weakness yung sa confidence if it doesn't go away. Kasi I think it won't go away because nasa character siya eh. What matters is you always strive to be better, and it doesn't serve as an obstacle to take action. Siguro, if yung confidence na yon prevents you from taking action, that's when you have to balance it out more, 'di ba? So yun, may pros and cons talaga siya. So don't think it as purely negative, 'di ba? So even yung introvertness, 'di ba? Parang pros and cons yan siya, extrovertness. Usually, mas creative ang introvert. Wala mong sinasabing hindi creative yung extroverts, pero usually, mas creative yung introvert because, alam mo yun, you're spending time alone eh. If you spend a lot of time, majority of your time alone, 80% of your time alone, your mind will wander kung saan-saan. Malamang creative ka. Compared sa, let's say, someone na laging social na sa labas, edi yung mind niya hindi nag-wander on their own. So, yun, everything has pros and cons as well. So, ayun. Tapos, tawag dito. May parang nakita akong question kanina. Ayun. So, may question si Carmela. Have you had experiences na kinorek kayo ng clients niyo sa output niyo? Yan. Ako sobrang dami personally. Ikaw,
Yeah, hindi
Jen?
mawawala yan. Hindi mawawala yan kasi I think that's why sa agency namin maraming bumabalik kasi parang welcome sa amin yung only revisions na parang um, clients kasi syempre baby nila yung business nila. So they want to parang kung may gusto silang ipaayos sa'yo ulit or parang they change their mind on something. Yeah, chances are magkakaroon ng ipapa-revise yun sa'yo. And that's okay. Oh, kasi it's not hindi dahil ito lang, just because nagpa-revise si client doesn't mean pangit yung gawa mo. It's just that sometimes they think na this might be the better direction for my business. Can you help me with it? So, ayun. So, hindi maiiwasan guys na na magpapa-revise si client. And it's not dahil pangit yung gawa mo. It's just because na-feel nila parang better na gawin natin na ganito. May other times din naman, na-experience din namin sa agency namin na nagbigay kami ng output, hindi siya na mismo yung nag-revise kasi she knows her offer better. And that's fine too. Huwag kayong ma-offend na,
Offend kasi
oo,
parang isipin niyo siguro yung client nahiya na lang siya mag-ask for a revision.
oo,
Ginawa niya
baka,
minsan ganun. Parang uh, it shouldn't be
mm.
offensive.
Oo.
Uh,
In fact, meron kaming client na yung client na kasi siya parang health and wellness client siya. Um hindi niya okay, hindi niya mostly ginamit yung mga sinulat namin, pero pinuri kami na sinabi niya na parang sa lahat ng pinuntahan kong agency kayo yung nakagets ng tone ng brand ko. Pero ni-revise niya. Pero ni-revise niya in her tone. Siguro kasi parang, feeling ko sometimes there are clients na, okay, gagawin mo yung initial draft, then mag-gather sila ng ideas from you, and then they'll take it from there. And huwag kayong ma-offend pag ginawa nila yun. Kasi they know their offer better than you. You're just, kasi, and the reason why naman na they ask for your help is clearly just to ask for your help. Okay, don't try to be the savior of anything. I have to remind myself to that too. Kasi feeling ko savior ako ng lahat, pero ay hindi pala, no? Chill lang.
parang actually the best clients are clients who are saving themselves eh. Parang they don't rely on you, diba? Kasi lahat naman ng ginagawa natin is just to help them. Alam mo yun? We can't save anyone but ourselves. Diba? Tapos yun, may mga nagtatanong din kasi, technically, lagi ko sinasabi to na at the end of the day, in every client freelancer relationship, client agency relationship, at the end of the day, the client is paying for the service. So, alam mo yun, kung ano gusto niya, madalas yun yung nasusunod. Alam to ng agency owners, di ba? If feeling mo mali lang yung yung parang direction na gusto niya, uh, you're not supposed to be fighting the client kasi yun nga, masama yun. Baka mag-cancel lang siya, di ba? You have to reach to, dito papasok yung parang um, tawag dito, mag, ano yung tawag sa term yun? Yung magko-compensate kayo, yung meet in the middle, ganon. So usually ganon, di ba? Magme-meet kayo sa gitna, di ba? Para at least medyo happy-happy parehas ng side. Pero yun, yung client yung nagbabayad eh. Like, we have to actually still respect them because it's theirs. Di ba? Technically, what you write for them is their property. Alam mo yun? Na if they choose to revise it, sige. If they choose to make changes, sige. Alam mo yun. Kasi at the end of the day, they're buying it, you know. So that's how it works. Dapat ano, kasi gets ko na medyo nakaka-offend minsan yung revisions. Even ako personally dati, nang away din ng clients. Parang pinaglalaban ko talaga, ganun. Pero it's wrong pala kasi you're burning bridges. Diba? So, mas important yung client relationships mo kesa sa gawa mo na masterpiece, diba? Para sa'yo. So, ayun. Next naman, Gentle, were there any external struggles that were obstacles to your success, siguro?
Hmm, I think ito malaking ano talaga 'to, adjustment din talaga. Ito yung part ng life ko na ninja moves ata ako ni Lord. So, kasi during the time na natanggap ako sa work ko ngayon where I'm the agency now, um, nagka na-hospital yung dad ko. So, parang it's like Lord, so sinabi ni Lord na parang, "Okay, tanggap ka sa trabaho na 'to, pero wait, binigyan ko rin ng sakit tatay mo." Parang ginanon ako ni Lord. So, and, but he's okay now, he's doing well. Fighter tatay ko kaya, naka-recover siya. Pero malaking malaking dagok din talaga sa finances namin yung ma-hospital. So, ang mahal talaga magkasakit, yun ang truth. So,
Exactly.
oo, kaya, konti talagang alagaan ang sarili, reminder din. And, ano talaga, parang ginawa talaga, nagjo-joke nga kami ng mga kaibigan na parang ikaw na strongest soldier ni Lord. Kasi nung gumaling yung dad ko, 2 months later, lolo ko naman yun na hospital. So, alam mo yun, parang, um, so yung first few months ko sa agency, sa hospital ako nagtatrabaho. Parang, oo, yung first week parang okay, there was a time na parang first week ko sa trabaho sa ospital nagbabantay ako kay daddy ko. Sa ospital ako nagtatrabaho. Parang ayun, dala ko yung laptop ko, ganyan. Tapos, buti na lang may wifi dun. So, yung first few weeks ko nasa ospital siya, buti na lang, 2 weeks lang si dad sa ospital. So, naka-recover siya agad-agad. Like 2 months later, nagtrabaho na naman ako sa hospital. Dun naman sa Veterans Hospital kasi yung lolo ko yung lolo ko ano siya, Korean War veteran siya. So libre siya doon. So kahit Quezon City siya, kasi libre, go. So um yung tita ko naman and yung mom ko yung nag-aalaga kay lolo ko, pero hindi maiiwasan na may times na they have to do some errands, so I have to be there. So um may mga weeks talagang again, buti na lang may wifi, dun ako tatrabaho. And
Buti na
then
lang
fast
remote work
forward,
ka.
oo, buti na lang din remote work ako or else kaka-hire ko palang goodbye na kasi hindi na makapasok. So, 'di ba? Ano yun, ang hirap nun. So, fast forward nung January, graduate na yung lolo ko, nasa heaven na siya. So, ayun. And again, syempre, yung mga funeral expenses, mahal. And privileged din naman kami na we got help from close loved ones to cover the finances. Ganun. So, yun yung mga na-experience kong external struggles sa journey ko na parang, yay, I gotta win. Oh no, I'm facing this. So, sometimes hindi maiwasan sa journey natin na parang joke time si Lord. Pero I guess it's necessary for our growth. So, pero hindi yun biro kasi since naranasan ko mag-work sa hospital, syempre divided yung attention mo sometimes. So, dun na-challenge yung multitasking skills ko talaga. Magsusulat ako, tapos biglang may gagawin na errand, tapos magsusulat ako ulit, tapos may gagawin na naman na errand. Pero, in fairness I guess Yeah, yun lang. May mga bagay lang talaga sometimes that will push you to adapt and unavoidable yun. So I hope I was able to answer your question. Whoever answers that.
Yeah, oo. So parang ano, yeah, mga ups and downs talaga ng buhay. Pero ayun, at least nga nakatulong pa rin yung job mo, di ba? Remote. Yun yung one of the blessings nga
Yeah. Mm-mm.
work as well. So yun, how about Gentle? What would be the three lessons that you teach your younger self siguro if you had the chance?
Di pa ako, I'm not that old. I have a lot to learn pa actually. Pero um, I guess, so far sa journey ko, ang mga natutunan ko is be more self-aware. Kasi naalala ko kasi nung college ako in my 20s, parang sometimes may mga habits tayong hindi tayo aware na mali pala yun. So, you constantly have to be self-aware all the time. Parang kunwari sinabi ko, may mali ka dito, parang, syempre pag sinabi kong may mali ka dito, diba parang ang response is we get defensive. Ano, hindi ko ginawa yun. Pero actually, um, pag pinoint out sa'yo, oo nga no, baka mali ako. So parang acknowledge it and then work on strategies to solve it. Kahit ako naka-call out pa rin ako, mali ka dito kasi dapat ganito ka. Parang feeling ko, hindi naman ako ganun Pero actually, after a while, oo nga no, mali yung ginawa ko. So, sige, aayusin ko siya. So, yun yung isa rin sa, I guess, I will tell my younger self, especially I guess my college self na parang, kasi nung college ako parang, yeah, okay lang. Ganun pag college ka, tapos 20s ka na parang, feeling mo, uh, my memory of my 20s is that, 20-something na ako, I'm an adult. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Ngayon 32 na ako, yung feeling ko pa rin, hey, I'm an adult. No, you're not pa rin. Kahit yun ba, So, ayun, I guess be more self-aware. Pangalawa, dati when I was in college and even younger than that, pag mahirap, I get discouraged kaagad. Hindi ko kaya kasi, pero I want to tell my younger self that, hey, don't stop. Kasi you'll never know na parang, yun nga, di ba, I guess I told you na almost di-give upan ko na yung copywriting. Pero, cliche na to What if I don't make it? Pero you also have to ask yourself, what if you will? Di ba? Go lang. So, at saka kasi parang, syempre, I guess nandun din yung pressure ng social media na yung nakikita mo yung peers mo successful na sila, syempre nakakababa yun ng confidence. And parang killer ng confidence talaga yung mag-compare. Cliche as it sound, that's true. So, parang, um, younger me would have been, mas magaling si ganito, ayoko na. Pero ngayon, I would tell them, hindi, oo, magaling siya, but maybe you can learn from this person.
Exactly.
Diba?
No?
Oo.
Parang, ano kayang ginagawa niyang tama? Kayain ko nga.
Yeah, exactly
Hindi mas
yun.
magandang mindset, guys.
Oo. So, yun yung sasabihin ko sa younger self ko. If someone, kunwari, may peer ka na, or someone older than you na nakikita niyo, wow, nagsasucceed siya. Chat niyo siya kaagad. How can I do that? Parang, uy,
Oo,
turuan mo
tsaka
naman ako dito.
magpatulong ka kasi
Oo.
magugulat ka, most people are actually willing to help. Diba? Parang,
Yeah, oo.
I'm also interested in what you're doing. Well, Tagalog, yung sabihin
Mm-mm.
pwede mo
Oo.
ganyan, di ba? Tanong mo lang, malay.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Actually, in fact, yung mga theater friends ko na nag-ahensya, I think I would have not been interested and be pushed to copywriting if they actually encourage me if they did not encourage me na, oh, ito yung mga ito yung mga ginagawa sa amin, ganyan. Hindi, uy, bagay ka dito. I think I would not have pushed through with what I am now if they did not encourage me na, hindi, okay lang yan. Parang, kaya mo yan, gentle. Naniniwala kami sa'yo. Yun yung ano talaga eh. Hahanap ka talaga ng mga taong maniniwala sa'yo. Yun pa, I guess, parang, you stay with people who naniniwala talaga sa'yo. Yun, naniniwala kasi nakakatulong siya sa confidence mo. If you feel that you're not at your best right now, ang daming parang you'll never know if you feel na, I do not feel confident with what I'm doing na, half of the time, yung mga friends ko nga nagagalit, di, kaya mo yan, ano ba? Parang, di, galit in a friendly way na parang, ayun ka na naman. Parang hindi na sinasabi mo. Parang, don't think that, yung mga ganun. Or like, i-valid din, I understand that you're feeling that way. Pero tingnan mo, nagawa mo to, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. You need people to remind you that, hey, ang dami mo ng wins. Kaya mo yan. So, ayun. So, yun rin yung sasabihin ko sa younger self ko. Kasi yung younger self, mga 20s, okay, medyo ma-pride siya. Admittedly, ma-pride siya. So, parang, hindi, kaya ko na to. I don't need anyone. You're wrong. Shut up. Shut up, girl. Shut up 2018 Gento. Yun. Shut up teenager Gento. You can do it. Yun nga lang. So yeah, ang dami ko nang naramble, but really, you just never stop. So, ayun. Tapos, I guess nakakatulong din sa akin na, kasi, prior to my copywriting career, hindi ako yung parang, when you hear the word business, parang, intimidate, I don't know how to be, marketing, business, scary, it's a scary term. Pero now, ngayon na ako nasa industry na ako na you're solving problems, you're solving businesses, with copywriting siya. Pag pinapakinggan mo yung mga business people ngayon ako sobrang fan ako ng mag-asawang Alex and Leila Hormozy, if you're familiar with them. Sobrang fan nila ako kasi parang when you hear business, parang intimidating silang pakinggan kasi they're talking about ROI and these big business words. Pero the more na pinapakinggan mo sila, the more that they're making sense na, this is how to win. This is how to achieve what you want. Yeah, parang what I want to make sense of it is that mag-consume kayo ng content that will hype you up. Yun. Yan, si Sensei Raf, yung content niya, it's always hyping up yung mga newbies, you're always hyping up yung mga, even in the mid-career. Yung mga nakikita yung in the business of helping you get to your goals. Yung mga makinig kayo sa podcasts, ganyan. Nakakaano siya ng confidence. Parang, pag nagsasalita sila, yung mga business people na inspire, pag nagsasalita sila, parang feeling mo, shocks ako din, kaya ko. So, nakakaano talaga siya, nakaka-up talaga siya ng moral, na you feel na parang parang yung mga mag-consume pa yung content na mapapaniwala mo yung sarili mo na mananalo ka. Ayun. Kasi, I think, maraming content kasi dyan na, syempre sa internet, toxic siya. So, parang, kailangan mong i-weed out na, ano yung mga content na magpapa-feel sa akin na, I can win today. I am gonna do better today. Woo, go, hype, hype, hype. Yun. Mag-consume ng maraming ganun. Ang dami ko nang nasabi. Pero yeah, that got me excited. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
good
hope I
advice
made sense.
actually. Parang
Mm.
surround yourself with people who will support you and surround yourself with an environment and content that will also push you, di ba? Motivate you. So, yun. Kasi hindi naman talaga natin kaya mag-isa, guys, eh. Diba? Huwag niyo lang i-try mag-isa. Kasi mahirap siya. Mahirap.
Yeah.
Even ako, hindi ako mag-isa eh. Throughout my journey, parang, syempre sa simula, feeling mo, ano ka pa eh. Alam mo, medyo mayabang ka siguro sa simula. Sa newbie, parang, kaya ko ito mag-isa, ganyan, ganyan. tas masasampal ka ng reality. Ay, hindi pala. Hindi ko pala kaya mag-isip. Diba? So, yun. Kaya nga, nandito yung community, ganyan, nandiyan yung circle, nandiyan yung, other coaches as well, di ba? Parang malaking tulong siya. And, yun. Well, to be honest naman, hindi man lahat merong supportive circle, like, meron si Gentle, eh. So, yun, medyo swerte ka doon. So, sometimes, I think most of us, yung support na nakuha natin are actually from strangers. Yung first fan supporters natin. Yun yung naranasan ko. Kasi ako din, hindi man ako sinuport masyado dito kasi hindi man kilala yung freelancing back then eh. Yung mas nag-support sa akin yung, yung mga fellow freelancers, fellow newbies ko as well. So, yun. Ayun. So, before we end this session, meron ka bang last message sa audience natin? Gentle.
Oh, shucks. Ano ba? I hope that wherever you are in life, cliche ending, pero it works ha. I give you like the most cliche ending ever. So I hope that wherever you are, you're not gonna. I realize din na hindi yan panghabang buhay. Kung feeling mo cliche as it sounds, kung you're not in the place that you want right now, parang as long as you don't stop, you get to where you are. Parang minsan pa nga in the most surprising ways. Like if kung hindi ako nag-search sa community such as Dojo na makakatulong sa akin, I would not have landed an apprenticeship with Sensei and not be in where I am right now. Parang feeling ko na kung nag-give up ako early on, I'm probably gonna still be searching for whatever I'm searching for. So really, I'm giving you the most cliche but effective answer. It's just, you just never stop. Kasi kung wherever you are right now, as long as you don't stop, hindi ka magsistay dyan. You're only going to, magsistay ka lang sa kung saan ka ngayon if you actually, nag-stop ka, or wala kang ginawa. Kung wala kang ginawa, edi, okay, dyan ka lang talaga. So, pero as long as you parang, if you're familiar with the film Forrest Gump, di ba? Parang ilang days siya nagtatatakbo. So parang if someone like Forrest Gump din ang dami na niyang pinagdaanan, you can, kaya mo rin yan. Oo. So yun, really, it's just to not stop. It's so cliche, but it works.
Exactly.
Yun.
I really like that. So, malalaman nyo nga na actually success is more of about perseverance. Kesa talent, kesa skill, perseverance talaga. Alam mo yun. Those who actually succeed, sila yung mga pinaka nagpa-persevere. Kasi ang dami talagang obstacles, daming problems. Hindi siya natatapos actually. Even though maging freelancer ka, hindi siya matatapos. So ayun, Gentle, may gusto ka bang i-promote dito sa sa audience natin?
Ayun, ito na nga. So, sa namin, sa agency namin, aside from my boss being an agency owner, siya din ay funnel design coach. And magkakaroon siya ng, hindi niya ako pinilit guys ha, magkakaroon siya ng free webinar April 15, 7 p.m. And she will talk about basics of funnel design and how it can enhance your current skills. So, I talked before, for example, kung copywriter ka and gusto mo ng additional skill na makakatulong sa copywriting journey mo, isa dun sa mga makakatulong sa'yo ay funnel design. Kasi, clients kasi, sometimes you encounter clients who will not just approach you to write copy for them. May mga clients na naghahanap ng, gawan mo ako ng sales page with this funnel strategy. So, Ayoko nang i-spoil ko ano ang technique ng technicals ng funnel design, but it has helped me in my journey sa copywriting, especially in writing sales pages and landing pages. Alam ko kasi sa mga newbies dito, ang big boss ng writing nila ay sales page. yung mga bigating long form sales page. And funnel, and nakatulong, and when I was a starting and beginner copywriter, yun din yung parang naging challenge sa akin na parang I feel was a big boss to me. Na parang crap, hindi ako magaling sa sales page pa, hindi ako long form copywriter, ganyan. But when I entered the agency and we had to write funnels, doon ko na-hone yung pagsulat ko ng sales pages. So if you want to know the type of strategies clients will ask from you aside from writing copy, it's good to know what funnel design is. Promise makakatulong siya sa journey nyo kasi sobrang nakatulong siya sa akin. As in, there's just no amount of words that can encompass how funnels helped me in my copywriting journey. So, and yung boss ko, si Miss Darla, magkakaroon siya ng free webinar about it. Kasi gusto rin niyang tumulong sa mga kapwa freelancers niya on how to upskill with funnel design. So, ayan, I think may nag-share na po ng link kung saan po kayo
Click nyo
mag-sign
lang
up.
to join their free webinar. So, free
Oo.
webinar naman yun.
Free lang,
Libre
free
lang.
lang yun. So, and parang if you wanna check it out and feeling nyo, uh, baka maging interested din kayo funnel design as a complementary skill to copywriting, go, attend kayo dyan. Masaya yan, promise. Yun
Yeah.
lang. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you very much for sharing your story and wisdom with us, Gentle. Thank you then guys for attending tonight. Sana marami kayong tutunan from Gentle and sana
Thank you din po for inviting me.
you're welcome to actually, take action and achieve your goals. Ganyan. So, yun lang. Good night. And then see you next time inside the dojo. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye po.